everyone, this is Carrie. I'm holding the fort. Dr. Barry is at a game. He's watching his daughter play, and as always, family first. So last time I was texting with them. They had no service, but that was an hour ago. So I'm hoping that Dr. Ken is able to join. If he's not, there's a few things we can do. We can all go and do something else, or you can ask me questions about any of the things I know about. If you don't know me, I develop keto recipes, so I'm a bit of a kitchen fiend. If you have questions, I also have my own personal story, my journey with keto and bipolar. Hi Mandy, hi May. May, I'm feeling quite good today. I actually had 5.5 hours sleep last night, which felt like a lifetime compared to lately. Hey Bree, hi. Hi Judith, Dr. Barry's not here yet, but hopefully he's coming. Hi Barbara. So for those of you who don't know, I have, hi Rhonda, I was recently told that I have Lyme disease. So the reason that people are asking how I am, hang on, is that I found out I had Lyme. I've been feeling increasingly ill for 6 months. Hi Joanne, hi Janine, hi Christy. And about 6 weeks ago now, I found out I had Lyme. So I started treatment for Lyme just over a week ago, nearly 10 days ago now. Hi Lisa. And Lisa says she hopes Jenny is dead. So for anyone of you are confused, one, because I'm not Dr. Berry, we're hoping he's going to join us at any minute, and two, why we're talking about Jenny. So I named my Lyme disease Jenny, and so if you see people asking, is Jenny dead, that's what they're talking about. They're not actually talking about a person. So hi Sherry. So anyway, so I started the treatment for my Lyme disease so Tuesday a week ago, so nearly 10 days ago. And so not only am I still suffering from the effects of the Lyme disease, which for anyone who is not aware, severe fatigue, chronic migraines, I have this weird pain in my neck, I get a lot of nausea, but mostly the fatigue, the exhaustion. So I have that, but now I also have the die-off from the treatment where we're killing the spirochetes. We're killing the spirochetes. So now I'm getting the exhaustion, but I'm also getting the die-off. So there's been some extra migraines. Hi Mary, hi Danielle, hi Jeanette. And so, hi John. And there's been some extra exhaustion because honestly, yes, R.I.P. Jenny. Obviously, hi Sherry. There's with die-off, the parasite or the bacteria or whatever the Lyme thing you're trying to kill is obviously not too happy about that, and as they're dying, they kind of, you know, give off noxious stuff and excrete stuff, and yeah. So that now is becoming a toxic load for my body, and I'm just wondering if I'm just trying to check where Ken is. So Jenny can go. Yes, Jenny can go. Hi Kathy, hi Pamela. So I'm now struggling with the fatigue and also the die-off, and I'm hoping that pretty soon the tide's going to turn, and I will start to feel a lot better. So I'm exhausted most of the time, but I'm actually starting to feel a bit better. One of the things that, hi Joe from Fort Lauderdale, I love Fort Lauderdale, haven't been for a long time, but it was lovely when I was there. Yes, Jerry, he is, and we were hoping they were going to be able to join, but I'll keep chatting until you all tell me to go away, and hope that he can join us. If not, we will do this discussion, because I know you'll want to know if you are a special snowflake. So, but I don't want to do that without Dr. Barry, because it'll be more fun with him. So, hi David, hi Kathy. So if anybody has any questions for me about Lyme or about bipolar or mental health issues, hi Pamela, or about food, because I'm the cooking girl. For those of you who don't know me, hi Cindy, I develop keto recipes. I have two websites, carriebrown.com and ketoevangelistkitchen.com. I also do the Keto Evangelist Kitchen podcast with Brian Williamson. So, but developing recipes is my main jam, keto jam. And so if you have any... Okay, so Dina's asking, tell us about me. How long have I been keto? So I've been keto for just over 3 years. I was put on keto by Dr. Ted Naiman, who is quite famous in the keto world. He is a keto doctor out of Seattle, Washington. He put me on the keto diet because I had recently been diagnosed, or back then I had been diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder. Someone's just asked me the two sites I mentioned, which was carriebrown.com and ketoevangelistkitchen.com is where I blog recipes, keto recipes, and our Keto Evangelist food podcast. Anyway, so I bumped into Dr. Naiman on Twitter, and he said he thought he could help me with my bipolar, and he put me on the ketogenic diet. And his reasoning for that was, at the time, the medication that I was on for my bipolar was called lamotrigine. Now, Julie bought my ice cream cookbook. Thank you so much. I so appreciate your support. So I was the drug I was on was lamotrigine, which is a it's a anti-seizure medication. So Dr. Naiman's thinking was that since the ketogenic diet was developed for children who had seizures, and it had been shown to significantly help or even stop seizures in children, it made sense to him that because I was on an anti-seizure medication, that it may help me as well with my bipolar 2, because at the time the lamotrigine was keeping me relatively stable. So that's why I went to the ketogenic diet. It was Dr. Ted Naiman that put me on it. And if you don't know my story, if you hop over to my YouTube channel, which is The Real Carrie Brown, up on YouTube, there is the talk that I did at KetoCon 2018 in Austin, Texas, this year in June. And that tells my story from start to finish, my journey through lifelong depression, bipolar, and then how I resolved my bipolar through a combination of a ketogenic diet and some really cool stuff I found out about my genes, my genetics. The end of the story, I've told you kind of a bit in the middle. The end of the story is that I have been completely unmedicated for my bipolar 2 disorder for almost 3 years. It will be 3 years in October. I have also had 0 symptoms of that bipolar 2 disorder for the same amount of time. So the end to the story is that I have completely resolved my bipolar 2 disorder. And you can hear the how and all of that bit if you hop over and listen to my KetoCon 2018 talk that I gave at Keto Fest. I'll warn you, you should take some tissues, and also if you or anyone who's watching it with you has suicidal tendencies, just be aware that there's a possibility that it could be a trigger, because I do talk about what it actually feels like to be in the grip of a suicidal episode. So the main reason that I did that was because I wanted the people who suffer with bipolar or any other mental health issues, I wanted them to hear very loudly and clearly that somebody understood and that they're not alone. And I also wanted people who do not suffer from mental health but know others who do. I very clearly wanted them to understand as best they could what it's actually like to feel that way, so that maybe those people can give us some more support. It looks like Dr. Berry is going to join us. I've just had a message here. Let me just go check my messenger. I saw a message for her somewhere. I'm not sure what app it was. Okay, so it looks like they're on the way. So I've seen some questions floating by. My ice cream book, which is probably the one I'm most famous for. Lisa, they've just left the baseball game, so I'm hoping that Dr. Ken's going to join us at any moment. So I have 5 keto cookbooks, and I have a keto Kickstarter, which is half the theory of keto and then half meal plans and recipes it's your 28-day Kickstart guide. The 5 cookbooks that I have, the one I'm most famous for is the Keto Ice Cream Scoop. Somebody asked for that. So you can find digital versions at carriebrown.com, CARRIEBROWN, carriebrown.com. Digital versions, they're a lot cheaper than the physical versions, but there are physical versions available up on Amazon, but all of those links are on carriebrown.com too. So if you are looking for any of my books, carriebrown.com is where you get them. And I apologize that this is now sounding like an ad, which is just never what I want to do. My books are a resource for people who need them, but selling books is really not my thing. Pamela is asking if I have an accent, and I'm going to say no, I don't have an accent, and you can all agree or disagree, or for those of you who don't know, you can guess. Oh, Kyra Moulton, thank you. Kyra is putting some links for you in the comments. So hoping Dr. Ken's going to join us still. So my story with bipolar is up on my YouTube channel, The Real Carrie Brown. And if you look for, there's 2 KetoCon talks, 2017 and 2018. 2018, I had more time. It was longer. And so that's kind of a bit more detail, and there's also some bits at the end of that one around some inspiration about what to do to get started to you know, create the life you love, because I absolutely believe that everybody deserves to have a life that they love and can also get there, even people who have had lifelong issues with depression or mental health issues. And my life, I can't explain to you how different my life is now the last 3 years, when I've been free of all the symptoms of depression and bipolar. And I have literally been able to create the life I love. And I want that for everybody, which is why I do what I do. It's why I talk about mental health, and specifically about bipolar, and why I'm never gonna, I don't even care if people are getting bored with it, because there's too many people dying, and that needs to stop. So I am here to share my story in the hopes that I can help reach people and show them what I did. That may not be their same pathway, but at least I can help them kind of get on the pathway that's right for them. But at least give people hope that, one, there's people out there that understand, and two, that there is almost certainly your journey, your path out of it, and the steps you could take to try and find out what that specific path is for you. We have to stop people dying. So I've missed a lot of questions. The next thing, of course, my next soapbox is going to be Lyme disease, because that is also another thing that is poo-pooed by doctors. Most doctors just don't even believe it's a thing. Most doctors end up telling chronic Lyme patients that it's all in their head, because a lot of the tests come back negative. A lot of insurance companies will not pay out for Lyme treatment because they say it doesn't exist. There's thousands and thousands of people in America alone that are suffering with chronic Lyme disease who are getting no help and are getting soapbox when I'm out of treatment, and I can stand here and say I had Lyme and now I'm completely clear of Lyme. That's the point at which I'm going to be getting on the Lyme soapbox, and I'm going to be helping as many people as I can understand Lyme, determine if they have Lyme, where to go to get help that doesn't cost $1 gazillion, and how to get a treatment that doesn't cost $1 bazillion, and how to get it quickly. But I'm not going to share what I'm doing until I'm out of the woods and completely free of it. But at that point, you can expect to hear me talking about Lyme all the time. So give me just 1 second. Dr. Berry is here, and he's just asking me something, so give me a second. Can you hear me typing? Okay, so if there's any Lyme people out there, and I suspect that there's a huge amount more Lyme people then realize it. I'm going to be having a lot of hopefully incredibly useful things to share with you very fast. Roxy says I type fast, but the thing is, Roxy, you couldn't see the mess of letters that ended up on the screen. It it might have sounded cool, but but really, anyway. Okay, so news from Dr. Berry. He says he's not going to be home for another 40 minutes, so we're going to have to do it without him tonight. So I need you to tell me if you want me to continue talking about Lyme, bipolar, ice cream, food, kitchen questions, food questions, any of that, or if you want to run away. Dr. Berry and I will be doing the Are You a Special Snowflake episode as soon as we can get aligned on our schedules. It is now school's back in session. It is hard because Dr. Berry has kids that of course, family first. He needs to go to games and be supportive and do all those good things. So there it is. Okay, so what do you want me to talk about? Okay, Sherry just asked, why is her psoriasis getting worse since she started keto? Now this is perfect question for me, because I have psoriasis, and I have had psoriasis since I was 11 or 9, I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, you can see that there and a little bit there, kind of rough skin. That's all I have left. And this is such an improvement, I can't even tell you. I'm thrilled, because I spent my life going to see skin specialists, going to see dermatologists all over England, some in the States. They gave me all the steroids, the pills, the creams, everything. And a lot of you have had the same experience, I know. Nothing. It didn't do anything. So, and after I went keto, that in and of itself didn't do anything either. And that's one of the really important points that I love to continually make to people, is that keto is magical for a lot of things, but there are some things that keto on its own, it might help, but keto on its own can't fix, because there is an underlying issue outside of keto. So for example, my best example is the bipolar. Keto helped my bipolar for sure, and it helps a lot of people with depression. It's helped so many people with depression, you know, for the depression to go completely away. And keto for sure helped me with keto. But I also have a genetic mutation called MTHFR. And MTHFR means that I do not have the ability to methylate B vitamins. Everybody needs to methylate B vitamins before the B vitamins are in a form that our bodies can use. So everybody has to do that. We take B vitamins, we can't do anything with them. Our bodies have to put them through this process called methylation. Because of my genetic mutation, I cannot methylate. So it doesn't matter how much vitamin B I eat, there's none in my body. So I've had a severe lifelong deficiency of vitamin B. I need B vitamins for neurotransmitter health. So keto alone cannot change the fact that I can't methylate. So keto alone was not going to cure my bipolar, but a combination of keto, which is high ketones for stopping, for flooding my brain with healthy fats in a similar way to they do with kids with seizures, but also flooding my body with pre-methylated vitamins because I can't do it myself. That was the thing for me. And it's not that keto's not magical, is that there's some things that keto alone just can't do because keto doesn't methylate B vitamins. So I hope that makes sense, that however wonderful keto is, there's some other underlying issues. And again, Lyme. I have Lyme. Now, keto for sure will help manage your Lyme symptoms, because Lyme is a spirochete. It's a bacteria, so it needs food. It needs sugar and things that turn to sugar when you eat them, i.e. starches and carbs, to thrive. Without them, Lyme is kind of magical in a not good way, in that Lyme has the ability to change its DNA. And so it can look like lots of different diseases, and it can give you lots of different symptoms. But when it can also go into cyst form, where the symptoms are kind of at bay because it's sleeping, if you like. So when it goes into cyst form, it's in your tissues, you're not actually really getting the symptoms. But then it can come out of cyst form and start being a nasty spirochete at other times. Keto, eating high fat, moderate protein, and very low carb, might put your Lyme symptoms in remission because you're not feeding it, so it goes into cyst form, but it can't kill the Lyme. It can't kill the bacteria. So it's another brilliant example of why keto is fabulous. But there's some things, like not being able to methylate B vitamins, or having a bacteria like Lyme that needs killing, that keto can help with, but it can't cure. So you actually need keto and something else. So I hope that makes sense. So psoriasis. Now, just keto did not fix my psoriasis, but when I did all the things around my bipolar, when I did the methylated Bs, when I did, I also had an E. coli infection. We cleared the E. coli infection all naturally with no antibiotics. What else did we do? I had a host of food sensitivities. Once we fixed all of that, and we kind of started to do it all at the same time, then all of a sudden my psoriasis started to go away. It hasn't gone away completely, but this is the best it's been since I was 11. So it's definitely going away. I can't pinpoint, because I was doing so many things, it's difficult for me to pinpoint what it was that was the thing that took it away. But I do know that keto definitely helped. But there's something else that causes psoriasis, and you all need to, the same way as I do, we all need to figure out what that is. So don't be discouraged about still having psoriasis. You just need to work with a functional medicine doctor or a naturopath who can help you figure out what it is. Psoriasis is part of an inflammatory disease, or it's part of the autoimmune. So you just need to figure out with somebody what it is that that you can do for that. I do not think, I think eczema and psoriasis and skin issues can be helped by keto, but there's some other underlying issue that you need to fix beforehand. Now, while I was talking, there was a lot of conversation about methylated B vitamins. So there's a few really important things. If you know you are MTHFR, please, please, please find somebody, a functional medicine doctor or a naturopath, who can work with you to find the correct dose. Because you can, you need to find your sweet spot, and it's not going to be the same as mine. And also your methylated B sweet spot can change with the seasons, it can change with stress. So I urge you, please don't try and self-medicate with methylated B vitamins. Find someone who can help you find your sweet spot, because the symptoms of over-methylation can be as bad as under-methylation. So you need to find your sweet spot. Please work with someone to do that. I highly recommend you getting help with someone. Over time, you will learn what it feels like to be in your sweet spot, and then you'll learn what it feels like when you maybe need a little bit more, or you maybe need a little less. So if you don't know if you're MTHFR and you suspect you are, because of the symptoms that you've heard about for MTHFR people, or maybe you have bipolar or other mental health issues, and you suspect that MTHFR might be a factor, then what you need to do is you need to get your genetic test done. You need to get your DNA done. I used 23andMe to do it. So 23andMe.com, and you don't need the health things, you just need whatever the cheapest, the ancestral thing. That'll give you your DNA. The health reports one, which is more expensive, just gives you a lot of other health reporting stuff as well as your DNA, but you actually only need your genome to do this. So, and if budget is a big concern, then wait till a holiday, because 23andMe regularly have sales. I remember they had a 30% off sale for Father's Day. So they regularly have sales. So if your MTHFR is a genetic mutation, Susan, so 23andMe, you need to get your DNA done. I really do not recommend self-medicating with methylated B vitamins unless you know you need them. And if you do need them, then I highly recommend that you find a functional medicine doctor or a naturopath who can help you with the right dose. Mitzi, hi, this is Carrie, not Ken. Ken got stuck at a ball game, and we applaud him for that, because family first. All the games ran late, and he's out, but he's not able to connect with us. So, and people wanted me to stand and talk about things I know about, so here I am. So that's MTHFR. Almost, I think and I'm not saying that this is true for everybody with mental health issues, but that's because Mitzi, that's because I am on his page. So that's why it says he's here. I would much rather have him here with me, and I'd much rather, well, no, I love talking about bipolar, but I really wanted to talk to you about finding out whether you're a special snowflake, but we're going to do that as soon as we can get this rescheduled. So yes, and 23andMe also sell via Amazon, and they have sales too. So Get your DNA. I think this is not to say that every person with a mental health issue has MTHFR. Everybody who has come to me privately and spoken to me about this, and my suggestion is, you know what, I think you have MTHFR, every single time when they've had their DNA done, that has been true. They estimate that 1/3 of the population have this genetic wrinkle. And so it's worth trying out. So Dina says, I keep talking about special snowflake. What are you referring to? So the title of the joint live that Dr. Ken and I will, are you a special snowflake? And if you are, here's what you need to do about it. So that's why I keep talking about special snowflake, because that was the topic for this podcast, this live. We're going to do that, I don't know, as soon as we can. Because that'll be a lot of cool information that we think will really, really help you with your keto journeys. So with 1/3 of the population having MTHFR, most of them have no idea they have it. Now, remember, it's Siobhan Huggins! Hi, Siobhan. Siobhan, I call her Lipid Girl. She works with Dave, and I've just suddenly forgotten Dave Feldman. Yes, anyway, Lipid Girl is here. Where did I get to? I'm sorry, Jenny, my Lyme disease is eating my brain, so I lose words and I forget things. Anyway, so that's mental health. That's Judy. So Judy, is bipolar genetic? I don't know that it always is. In my case, it absolutely is, because it was caused in most part by having this MTHFR mutation on one of my genes. My father, and I got that from someone, right? Because genes you have for MTHFR, there's two. You're either heterozygous, which is one of your parents gave it to you, or homozygous, which means both. You got it from both of them. I'm heterozygous for MTHFR, which means I got it from one of my parents, but not both. And so, yes, that is genetic. That was something that was passed on. And I know, because I know the symptoms, that I got it from my father. Yes. If you have mental health. So Jill's asked Promethease. So once you get your, I'm sorry if this is a bit jumbled. I'm trying to answer questions. Once you get your DNA report from 23andMe, they email it to you, or you download it from you log on to 23andMe and you download it. You will not be able to make any sense of that. What you then need to do, there's several websites on the internet where you can upload your genetic file from 23andMe. You can upload it to these other sites, and they will regurgitate it into a consumer-friendly thing that you can read. So once you've got your DNA, you need to plug it into some other sites. And I'm going to get a page of information up about this because you won't all remember it. So I'm going to get a page of information up with links to what you all need to do. Promethease is one of the sites I use to get mine, and also Genetic Genie. There's also another one called Strategene, which was developed by Dr. Ben Lynch. Dr. Ben Lynch is a doctor in the Pacific Northwest, just north of Seattle. He is the master of methylation. If any of this sounds like you, he wrote a book called Dirty Genes. And he talks about, he is MTHFR, And he talks about, he became passionate once he found out he had it. He became passionate about trying to help other people unravel this. So he spends all his time now working on epigenetics and researching that. And so now he spends his time, he trained naturopaths. If you go to benlynch.com, it's hard to find, but somewhere on there, there's a list of naturopaths and functional medicine doctors that have gone through Dr. Lynch's epigenetic training and know about all the dirty genes, MTHFR, COMT, all of that stuff, and then can so what I did now, because I know I have MTHFR, I've figured that out, that's all good. I've moved on to the next step now, because I know there's other things that I haven't figured out yet. Peggy, there's no cost to Genetic Genie or Promethease. There's no cost. You have the option to donate, but it is free. So I went onto Dr. Ben Lynch's site and I found one of his students, a lady here in Connecticut near where I live, Dr. Kendra Becker, and she has trained under him. She's trained on MTHFR, she's trained on epigenetics and all the things that Dr. Lynch does. And so I picked her to be my naturopath because of my MTHFR, and I know I have all these other genetic wrinkles because I've got my DNA and they're kind of glaring at me in red. So she is now, yes, Diana, you can get the test done even when you're on antidepressants. The DNA is your DNA. Whatever you're taking makes no difference to your genetic fingerprint. So get it done, particularly if you're on antidepressants. So I picked Dr. Kendra Becker to go and see because she's a specialist in genetics and epigenetics. She's also a naturopath. So I went to see her for the first time on Tuesday this week, and she was awesome. And we talked all about my MTHFR, and I took her my genetic thing and she got super excited. And there's a gene called COMT or COMT, and it's her favorite gene. And I'm homozygous for all the COMT genes, which means I'm screwed. Which means both my parents had it on so they were busted too. So now we're working on that. Yesterday I went and had a boatload, 16 vials of blood taken, because she's giving me all the blood tests to get some more information about how this genetic mutation on my COMT genes is affecting me. But one of the things she said is that if you have issues with your COMT genes, like I do, double whammy on all of them, one of the things it means is you're an estrogen sponge. And so I'm not going to lift my shirt up, but a lot of you, particularly you ladies, will know what I mean. And I've been keto for 3 years, and I'm not big. I'm slim. I'm small. I'm not big. I'm not overweight. And despite the fact that I've been keto for my brain for 3 years, I have belly fat. I have belly fat. Oh, you can't really see. I have belly fat. Oh, hang on a minute. I have belly fat here, and I have belly fat here. And it does not matter. And I know a lot of you ladies are going to start cheering in any minute and saying, yes, so do I. And it doesn't matter what I do. I can't get rid of it. Yes, show me all the hearts, because I know it. I know you're all there. And exactly, you see, so Siobhan is going, yes, I have the same fat, and like, I can't figure out how to get rid of it. And so I've been very low carb for 5 or 6 years. I've been keto for 3 years. I'm small. I mean, look, I'm not big. I'm a normal weight for my height, but no matter what I do, and I have slim legs. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a slim girl. I wear a size 4, sometimes a 2, but mostly a 4, so I'm tiny. But I have this. I have this belly fat here, right below my rib cage, and I have the belly fat just lower, actually where my tummy is. And it doesn't matter what I do, I can't get rid of it. So what I found out with Dr. Becker when I went to meet her on Tuesday was that my COMT genes are all busted. I have, yes, I'm homozygous for all of them. That means I'm basically an estrogen sponge, and that's why I cannot get rid of this belly fat no matter what. The reason I'm so excited about that is because, and it's like my bipolar, when I found out that my bipolar was mostly caused by genetic wrinkles that I was born with, guess what happened? The guilt, the shame, it's me, I'm crazy, I'm broken, this depression, I'm making it up, the stigma, all of that, right? I'm a crazy person, you can't tell your boss that you're bipolar, all of that disappeared because it was genetic. It was born with me, like the same as I have green eyes, the same as my hair color, genetic. I was born that way. And so it just took away immense amounts of shame about the fact that I had bipolar. And it empowered me to go deal with it because it was a genetic thing. It wasn't some crazy Carrie thing. It wasn't in my head. It wasn't stuff I was making up. And it's the same. This is why I'm so excited about finding out about my COMT genes being, broken on all of them. And Dr. Becker telling me that I'm an estrogen sponge, is that this under rib cage roll that I have and my belly fat it's not me. Like, there's something going on genetically which has made them come and made them sit there and made it impossible for me to get rid of them. So I'm super excited because, and you all know, right, that when you start keto, and this is something that just makes me so mad, but you'll know that, a lot of you know, that when you start keto, there's all this public shaming. It's like you say you're keto, but you're not a size 0 yet, and everyone kind of, not everyone, but people look at you and go, well, it's not working for you, is it? Like, you've been on keto 6 months and you've got 150 pounds to lose, and they're all like, well, it's not working for you, obviously. And I'm just like, like, keto doesn't work in 10 minutes, people. But so you know what I mean. So, and one of the things that is so exciting to me about epigenetics is that I no longer have shame about my belly fat. I mean, I still want to do something about it, and I'm still confident that Dr. Becker, once we've got the tests and she's figured out exactly what's going on, once she's got more data and she's figured out exactly what's going on with me, she's going to tell me what supplements I need to do, or, whatever I need to do to flip that switch off and get the sponge to let go of the estrogen so that I can make that belly fat go away. Because just keto is apparently not enough because I have these broken genes. So broken genes cannot be fixed by keto. It can help with so many things and so many symptoms, and it can reverse so many things, but it can't fix genes. That, keto's not going to turn my eyes brown. I was born with green eyes. Keto's not going to magically change the fact that I'm homozygous on my COMT genes all over the place, right? But it can help. but it's not going to get me all the way there, because there's some things you just need, there's underlying issues that you need other things for as well as keto. So I'm super excited about my new naturopath and about these new broken genes I just found out about. I had all these blood tests done, and trust me, I'm going to share with you when I have more data and I've been back to see her and we've figured out what it is that I can do to offset the fact that I have all these broken COMT genes. I'm going to share with you what I did to counteract my belly fat and make it go away along with keto. That's exactly right. Kathy is explaining why I keep saying estrogen sponge. My body absorbs and holds on to estrogen, and that's a genetic thing. So it's nothing to do with the fact that I am secretly stuffing whoopie pies when nobody's looking, or that I'm secretly doing anything not keto or any of that. And I know a lot of you get judged because you don't look, because you're not a size 0 and you don't look like a fitness model. So finding out this stuff about your genetics is so important, because you can stop the self-shaming and you can stop the guilt and you can stop thinking, what am I doing wrong? Because until I met Dr. Becker the other day, I was like, what am I doing wrong? I have done everything. I've done carnivore. I've done high fat, low fat, high protein, low protein, eaten veggies. Nothing has got rid of my belly fat. And, and I'm one of the leaders in the keto space. So, like, if I can't do it, like, what's wrong with me? Why am I broken? And I'm not. It's my genes. And until I get help from Dr. Becker to figure out what little thing I need to do, or what supplement I need, or whatever it is to flip that switch off, we're going to figure it out. And until that point, I can go to bed at night going, I'm not failed. It's not because I'm ketoing wrong. It's not because my macros aren't on point. It's not because I'm secretly snarfing down Cadbury's chocolate rolls or drinking pumpkin spice lattes from Starbucks every day, or, I don't have a secret soda habit, or, whatever it is, right? I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can walk down the street and go, yep, I got belly fat, and you know what? It's my genes. It's my COMT genes. So anyway, sorry, I got a bit passionate and overexcited then, but I want you all to know that I am discovering for myself that in a lot of cases, we are beating ourselves up for thinking that we must be doing it wrong, when it may not be us doing anything wrong. It might be that our bodies have a genetic misfire that is stopping keto from doing its thing. So yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I got a bit excited there, but it's frustrating. I've had this belly fat forever. Skinny girl belly fat. What is up with that? And and you do all the things that everybody tells you, and it doesn't make any difference. So we end up feeling failed. And it might just not be us. So I highly recommend that as soon as you have the budget, you get your DNA done. You get your 23andMe report, and you find a functional medicine doctor, or you find a naturopath. You go to Ben Lynch's site and find someone who has been trained by him in epigenetics, and you can start to unravel what is genetically wrinkled in you that is stopping keto from working completely as it should, or as it seems to do for other people. Like, again, so I've been keto for 3 years. Initially, but I wasn't super heavy to start with. Initially, I lost 10 pounds. That's it. I haven't lost any weight for 3 years. So I've been on a 3-year stall. I only lost 10 pounds and then I've been on a 3-year stall. So, you know, for a lot of people, that's just like, what am I doing wrong? Why, you know, what am I doing? Are my macros wrong? Do I need to eat more fat, less fat? And there's so much information out in the keto world anyway. Right, so Jill's saying she's been stalled for 13 months. My point is, don't give up, but understand that in some cases, keto can only take you so far. If you have an underlying issue like MTHFR, or you have crazy estrogen sponge COMT genes, or you have Lyme disease, like all of these things that I'm working with, none of those could be fixed by keto. They all had to have some other intervention. The Lyme had to be physically killed. Keto can't do that. My B vitamins have to be pre-methylated, otherwise my body can't do them. Keto can't do that. And something needs to happen with my COMT genes, because keto alone, in my case, cannot get rid of my belly fat because I'm an estrogen sponge genetically. So you can be sure that as soon as I have the Lyme figured out, and as soon as I've worked with Dr. Becker and got the estrogen COMT gene thing figured out, I can assure you that I'm going to be all over every Facebook Live there is, telling you all what worked, what didn't, and helping you find your path to what's holding you back, so that keto can work as brilliantly for you all as it does for a lot of people. Because for some people, keto is all they need, because they don't have Lyme spirochetes living in them, or they can methylate their own bees perfectly, or they don't have detox issues like I do. I also, the MTHFR means that I cannot I cannot detox. My liver cannot clean and detoxify nearly as well as people who don't have the MTHFR mutation. So that's another thing. Like, keto can't help with that. Keto can't make my liver a better detoxer. It can stop it being fatty, but it can't make, so I need help with that. So, and I'm absolutely certain that all of you who are stalled, or feeling like keto's not working, or feel like you're doing all the right things but you aren't getting the results that you think you should, or that everybody else is, there is something else going on. And I'm here. My role in life is to help you all find out what it is that's stopping you from getting the results that you should be getting from keto. Donna's asking, what does methylate mean? So Donna, our bodies, methylation is a biochemical process that happens in our bodies. Methylation, it does all sorts of things. One of the things the methylation process does is it turns B vitamins that we eat or ingest into a form that we can use. Nobody can use B vitamins as they come. We all have to methylate them. With most people, they can do that, but people with the MTHFR genetic mutation cannot methylate. So we have to take B vitamins in a pre-methylated form. We have to take them in a form that they're already methylated, because our bodies can't do it. So what test on the 23andMe? You can just do the cheaper one. The I've lost my words. Anyway, the cheaper one. There's the Ancestry, and there's Ancestry plus Health. You only need the Ancestry. You can get the Health one if you like, because you get a bunch of information from 23andMe, but your actual genome, which is what you need, is the is that Ancestry 1 is doing. You just need your genome. That's what you need. So basic ancestry is enough for this process. So, and there was a question that just rolled up. Let me see if I can scroll back. So, Haig, is that Haig? I'm not sure. Haig, she's asking, what are the detox helpers that I like? She can't detox well either. She's MTHFR C677, which is what I am. I'm heterozygous on the C677 gene. So, things for detox. So, we can't detox. So, Heather, okay. Hi, Heather. My favorite things for detox are magnesium flake baths. Epsom salt baths are okay. Magnesium flake baths are better. I highly recommend, if you can, they're fabulous for detox. They also help you sleep because you absorb magnesium, and magnesium is very calming. Margie, I think that the Ancestry DNA does the same test as 23andMe, but I would ask them, because I would hate you to spend money and then not get what you need. So check with Ancestry DNA, but I think they will also give you your genome. Siobhan Huggins, who knows everything because she's Lipid Girl, says yes. So it sounds like Ancestry DNA will work for you too. If you're starting new to detox, go slow. Because like me, if you have, I'm going to tell you a TMI story in a minute. If you, like me, have had years and years and years of a lifetime of toxic buildup because you didn't know that your liver couldn't do it. If you've had years of toxic buildup, you need to start slowly. So here's what happened, because I'm an all or nothing kind of girl, and when I don't have Lyme disease, I'm like, ta-da, all the time about everything. And so when my naturopath says, okay, we've got you on all the right supplements now, but we need to start you getting rid of this toxic crap out of your body that you've been building up your whole life. And she's like, go slow. And I'm, yeah, no, go slow. No, I want to get this thing done. I want to get those toxins out and get back to my life and, you know, yay me. So I went on a road trip. It was over Christmas, 3 years ago, nearly 3 years ago. And I decided that being away from home was the perfect time to start detox, because I didn't have to go to my day job, and I was away from home, and it was just easier to not get distracted by having to vacuum and, you know, all the things that distract you at home. So I took all the things with me. I took the magnesium flakes, the Epsom salts, the baking soda, I drive in a car, so I could take everything with me. My Vitamix came, so I could make smoothies and all the supplements and all the things. So I went down there, and the first night I got there, I'm like, all right, I'm all in. I'm gonna have a magnesium flake bath, and so I ran the bath, and I got scoopfuls of magnesium flakes in there, and I threw a bunch of baking soda. Is also brilliant for detox. It's really, really helpful. Buy the huge bags from Costco, because you know those little boxes that you put in the fridge, they're like $4. You can get this like enormous sack that weighs more than you for about $5 at Costco, which makes it super, super cheap. Magnesium flakes I get from Amazon. So get your baking soda in the huge bags from Costco, because it's so much cheaper than buying it from a regular store. Anyway, so there I am. I'm in Arizona, like 2 days drive from home, with my mag flake bath and my baking powder, and I also put in, because I thought it would be nice, I had some essential oils, and I put in a couple of drops of, I think it was cinnamon. It was one of the ones that's supposed to be good for detox, and I put in a couple of drops of cinnamon, and I swelled it in, and I got in that bath, and I was literally in there. I sat in the bath, and I was in there 10 seconds, and I'm like, oh holy hell, I got to get out of this bath. And I got out of the bath, and 20 seconds later, I expelled the entire contents of my body and not out of my mouth. I mean, like, oh my, it was unbelievable. And I had chronic diarrhea for 10 days straight. So please, if you need to detox, please start slowly. Don't be like Carrie. If you're working with a functional medicine doctor or a naturopath and they say go slowly, please go slowly. Unless you're somewhere where you can be like, where you can live in the bathroom for, you know, like a week. But if that's not you, if you have to go to work or have other people that depend on you, seriously, go slow with the detox. So, but my favorite things are magnesium flake baths. Epsom salts are cheaper and easier to find, but they're not as good as magnesium flake. Baking soda is also good. Essential oils, I can never remember, which essential oils are good for detox, but if you read up about essential oils, you will know. My other favorite thing is far infrared sauna. Far infrared sauna is way better at detox than a regular wet sauna. So far infrared sauna is dry, and when you first do one, it's really weird because the temperature gets really hot, but the air doesn't. So it heats you, but it doesn't heat the air. So it's really weird. It's not like you're not breathing in hot air like you're in a regular wet sauna. And so it's odd. And also, but the far infrared sauna is super cool because not only is it far better, you get rid of way more toxins with far infrared than you do with regular sauna, but because it's not wet, you can do all the things in there. So I literally, because of my MTHFR status and I was so toxic, I actually bought a far infrared sauna. This was 3 years ago when I was figuring out my bipolar. I bought a far infrared sauna that I had in my garage. It's like the size of a French door fridge. Like, they're not huge. I bought a one-person one, and I had it in my garage so that I could do it all the time and I wouldn't have to book and, you know, whatever. So it was super easy. But you can take your iPad in there and watch a movie in the sauna, or you can take your phone. So, and I used to work from home a lot. Hi Glenda from Shreveport. I actually know where that is because I went there in June and it was lovely and I had a very nice time. So I used to work from home a lot from when I was in corporate America, and I would actually work from the far infrared sauna. So you could actually like kill two birds with one stone. And my boss, I used to joke with my boss that he would be texting me and I'd be like, yeah, I'm in the sauna. And he was like, I don't want to know that, Carrie. I don't want to know you're in the sauna. So far infrared sauna is really cool. A lot of gyms are starting to install far infrared saunas. Near me, when I lived in Seattle, the hot yoga studio had 6 far infrared saunas. You could book them, you could go in. So far infrared sauna and magnesium flakes are my 2 very favorite methods of detox. And because I have Lyme disease that I've called Jenny and she's eating my brain right now, I have completely lost all the other detox things that I do. So I'm also, she's also giving me a fever. So if I start to like drip with sweat, that's what's going on. So yeah, those are my 2 favorite detox things. There's a ton of detox supplements that you can take, essential oils, but I really find a naturopath or a functional medicine doctor for the supplement part of it. Far infrared and magnesium you know, go for it, go slowly. If you're just starting out with Epsom salt or mag flake baths, start with a foot bath. Just sit with your feet in a hot foot bath with mag flakes in for half an hour before you go to bed. You'll sleep like a baby and you will not have any magnesium deficiency. Awesome. Start with a foot bath, build up to a bath. When you move to baths, start off with half a cup, work up to 4 cups. Don't start with 4-cup baths because bad things will happen. As well as the diarrhea I had for 10 days, I also had a migraine for 10 days straight. I completely ruined my entire road trip because of one crazy mag flake bath. So go slow. Anything you're going to ingest for detox, I cannot recommend highly enough finding a functional medicine doctor or a naturopath who can figure out the best course for you, because we're all different. So yes, please find someone to work with. You will, long term, you'll get much better results if you do a planned strategy with someone who knows all about the pathways and does this day in, day out. So, and I swear I now have a fever of 105 degrees because Jenny is mad at me. Jenny, my Lyme disease, is mad at me. And I've also been gabbing at you for an hour and 15 minutes. So I think it's, I think it's probably time I let you go, and it's probably time I went and tried to sort myself out here. This has been really intense for me. I got way more on live, so if I've come across as a bit crazy, I apologize. But I'm super passionate about this stuff, and what makes me super passionate about it is you all, because I know every day in our group, I run the Keto Evangelist Kitchen Facebook group, and also I don't run it, but the Keto Evangelist team run it, but I kind of head up the Keto Evangelist Kitchen Facebook group. If you're not there, we'd love you to come and join us. We only talk about food. There's also the Ketogenic Success Facebook group, which is the sister to the Keto Evangelist Kitchen, and they talk about all the other things. Every single day I see hundreds of you people who are stalled, or you're doing it all right and you're not getting the results. So I know that my experience is gonna be helping a lot of you. So this is why I keep on and on and on and on and on about keto is fabulous, but if you have an underlying issue, you need to be figuring that out as well, not just doing keto. Because as magical as keto is, there's things that it cannot solve. Things like genetic mutations, things like spirochetes, bacteria and viruses, things like busted COMT genes that are making you suck up estrogen like it was going out of fashion. So you people that are stuck and sad and shaming yourselves because you don't look like fitness models after 3 months on keto, you're my people, and my mission in life is to help you to figure out what it is about you that is stopping you getting the results like you deserve. So that's what I do. I'm very grateful to Dr. Berry for letting me. I feel like on Instagram, you know, you take over someone's Instagram feed for the day. I feel like I just took over Dr. Berry's page, Facebook page for the evening. I wish Dr. Berry had been here with me. I love it when we do lives together. He's such a cool guy, and he knows so much, and we just play off each other really well. And I really wanted you all to find out whether you are a special snowflake, but we're going to do that when Ken and I get on the next live. we're going to do that for you. So look out for that event. I'll post it in advance so you all know when it's coming. But I hope this has been helpful. If I've helped one person tonight, then it will all have been worth it. You can find, if you don't know who I am, and you can find me on YouTube. I am The Real Carrie Brown. I, like Dr. Ken and I both have Patreons. His is Kendi Berry and mine is The Real Carrie Brown. No, mine is Carrie Brown, just Carrie Brown. So patreon.com/Carrie Brown and patreon.com Kendi Berry, because anything you can do to help support us in our missions to help spread the word and to help as many people as we can, me specifically with bipolar, mental health, and now Lyme, any support that you can throw our way is, you can't know how much we appreciate it, because we can't do this without you, or we can do a much better job with you. So that's two ways you can help us. Dr. Berry and I both have YouTube channels. Mine is very young, but I'm putting out new videos all the time, and it'll mostly be about food and recipe demos and stuff like that. I am on YouTube, The Real Carrie Brown, and Dr. Ken is Kendi Berry. But if you just type in Dr. Berry on YouTube, all his pop up too. So if you're not over there, subscribe to us there too. Dr. Berry, you're on his Facebook wall, so you know about that. I have a Facebook page, The Real Carrie Brown, but you can also follow me personally, Carrie Brown. And we're on Instagram and we're on all the places, and we are just here trying to help as many people as we can get the health that they deserve, and help them to create a life they love, because they're no longer weighed down by debilitating diseases that no one else has been able to help them with. So that's me, that's us. I'm incredibly grateful to Dr. Berry for letting me take over his wall, and we will be back with you maybe even in a few days if we can make it work with our schedules, to let you know if you are a special snowflake or not. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it more than you could know. That's it. I've run out of things to say, and I think my internal body temperature is now about 110. So I'm gonna love you and leave you. I wish you all a good night wherever you are, and I look forward to helping as many of you in the future as I can. See ya.